Hello everybody, my name is Caretaker, I'm back in the grave, and I'm bringing you a new type of video today. I'm going to be doing a Rust update video. I know a lot of people sometimes have trouble realizing what happens after Rust gets updated, and just so everybody knows, the Rust++ on my server is currently broken. In order for me to fix it, I would have to reinstall a bunch of shit, and it's not working, so please stop asking. I can only type so many times that it's broken. Stop spamming chat with /help. It's not working. If you're not greeted, it's not working. So, as soon as Rust++ gets updated and it gets fixed, I will have it ready and back on the server. Anyway, jumping right back into it. Before I go into the actual game, I want to talk about the other changes and fixes is at the bottom, and this won't require me to get in game. But first off, I want to start with the music. As you can hear in the background, it's got that really eerie music. This was in the original early alpha, really early, even before I think it hit Steam. But yeah, they had a really creepy music playing, and they just disappeared. And they finally explained why, and they have it back. And here's the explanation. Caretaker, the artist who made the initial music we had in the very, very early alpha, is a pretty cool guy. When we started selling Rust, we decided to remove his music because we hadn't worked anything out with him. But recently we talked to him and decided to make a few tracks inspired by Rust as a demo. We put them in game and we'll listen to the feedback. If you guys like it, we will get him to do more. If you're not a fan of music in games, you can always turn it off in the options or press page up. And as you can see, the music cuts off, but personally, I really love this music. Okay, now going on to just general fixes. Other changes, fixes. Added vsync option. Our car now receives message ID 4 containing all console output. Opening boxes no longer resets decay. Old things should actually disappear now. Added HUD indication so you know when your voice shutting. I'll show that in this server. Fix exploit or mouse sensitivity reduce weapon sway. I don't know what that does, but I'll actually show you something about weapons. Yeah, weapon sway when we get back in the game. Added a delay to repairing objects after they have been damaged. Metal structures now need metal to repair instead of wood. Fixed random headshot sound that would happen when shooting near the top of inanimate objects. Campfire particles are no longer visible at longer range. Should help with performance. And it also helps you, stay a little safer at night. You can only repair something 5 seconds after it last took damage, and servers can now be added to favorites by clicking the star on the left. And this is why I didn't want to jump in just yet. And I'll show you. Sorry if you heard a thud. It's my phone going off. As you can see, my server is up and running, but as you can see right there, I can favorite and unfavorite. So let's go ahead and jump on the server and see what's up. Now, unfortunately, I do have decay on or at a very, very slow rate, but that's only because I found out that if you have decay turned on or you set the decay rate to 0, it'll completely lag out your server. I had it turned off with Rust++ and it worked fine, but turning it off in the console commands completely borks it, like it just breaks completely. Alright, so one of the new interesting features you can do in the game, it's currently nighttime at the moment. Someone is walking outside. Let's see who is outside. I have no idea who those kids are. Or what they're doing out there. Let me actually, I'm not logged in as an admin, so I want to show you this. When you hold E, I can unlock the door. That's actually some of the new stuff he added, and what I want to go into now. Shared doors. You can now set a passcode on a door and share it with other people. Hold E to set the passcode. Once they've entered the passcode, they can open and close the door until you change it. This also works on gates. In addition, you can set a door to be unlocked so anyone can use it without a passcode. As you can see, I can lock it. This means only I can open it now. And then if it change lock, I can type in whatever I want. And then I can give it to a friend and they can open the door. Also, if you see me holding V, you can see a voice chat icon over there. That's one of the new improvements too, that's the new icons. Let's see, I want to show you all the new other additions. Sleeping bags have recently been nerfed. I know you're probably wondering, how do you nerf a sleeping bag? How does that work, Caretaker? Well, let me get up to my actual bed, if I can find it. Sorry, I've added a lot of stuff onto the house, and y'all are going to see this in later episodes, but I kind of went a little crazy with building and stuff, so let's get up. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain to get up there. There we go. Okay, let's see if my bed's on this floor. Nope, I think it's a floor up. So it shouldn't be too far. Let's see, is it right here? No, where is my bed? Good lord. There it is. This is my bed. This will craft you, or to craft this, it will take 40 cloth and 100 metal fragments. This works like old sleeping bags. This is the old sleeping bag. When you place these down, you'll respawn on these. If you place down a sleeping bag, as I said, it was nerfed. Sleeping bags now reset the use timers of all your other sleeping bags in a 100 meter radius. This prevents base zerging. Beds were added. These can only be placed inside a house with a roof and act like the old sleeping bags did, meaning you can't place down a shit ton of sleeping bags for like no material and just keep zerging a base. It was to fix that. Let's see. Grass was improved. I'm trying to see if there's anywhere I can show you. I got those people outside messing around with my house, and I don't really want to get into a gunfight in the middle of a video, so I'm gonna go ahead and knock this out. Oh, yeah. Come on. There we go. So I can't really show you because there isn't really much grass up here. Well, actually, I can kind of show you from down. Let's see if this will work. Now, I have my grass off, but you hit grass.on false, you can turn it off. Grass.on true. As you can see, it pops up pretty well. Let's see if I can actually get down there. Like I said, I got those two dudes down there, and I'm not logged as an admin, so I can't check to see where they are. And I don't know if I can trust them, so I'm going to go ahead and run downstairs. As you can see, the grass does show from a pretty far distance, so go out this way real quick. Just because, as I said, I don't trust these dudes. Luckily, they can't get to this side, though. I just rented out the second floor to a friend of mine, as you can see. I'm starting to make little condos and areas around these areas for new players and people to be safe, because we had a dude on here who was raiding and being really toxic and is being an ass. And as you can see when I walk over it, the grass parts. It's got a new sound effect. Sounds real nice. So that was another update they did where they changed the grass. I'm going to turn off my grass. Technically, it does look nice, but I like to keep it off just to, you know, keep my frame rate up. Grass has improved sound effects. Grass shouldn't flicker on ATI cards anymore, but let us know if it does. Grass looks way better, true. And grass runs twice as fast as it used to, so graphical updates-wise, it's nice and fixed. And so that is pretty much all there is. Oh yeah, except for sway on weapons, as you can see is... There. You can see weapon sway is pretty much non-existent anymore. See, there's no sway at all. I don't know if it's just this, but I noticed on my other weapons, I had little to no sway. As you can see, perfect accuracy. It's phenomenal. Well, that's it for the video. There's actually my tenant at floor 2 right there. But that's it for the update video today. Well, today's date is January 25th, but that was the update for January 24th, 2014, if you were wondering about what they were. I'll be putting out these videos as soon as there's another update. Every time there is an update, I will update to let you all know in case you aren't familiar with the main site or whatnot. So... with that, I'm going to be hopping off. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you bury that like button, favorite, and subscribe to keep up to date with all my future video uploads. And I'm going to be heading to the grave. Welcome to town, everyone.